يا جماعة هذه مهمة، مو أدري. دم.
Any problems coming in?
Nah.
Guess they know now we ain't in the city.
Who, Mr. Milton's friends?
Yeah, they've had
ترى
patrols
الجسم
out ever
مهمة.
since you boys disappeared. Well, at least you're alive.
خضرات.
For now, yeah.
What happened in...
Guama?
yeah,
Nothing nice.
what happened to Dutch? He seems...
I don't know. Seems as... what began happening in Blackwater began happening years ago, maybe. Slow decline, I guess.
What do you mean?
I ain't quite sure. What happened here?
I started gathering people up as best I could after you boys left. And John, you know that part.
I do.
And Hosea?
So that too.
Hell, we got Lenny's body.
صوت سيء.
Robbed the morgue and buried them together. Follow me.
ما تدرون أرجل حصان بالدنيا حصاني وربي هو فيه وراي عصابات بس باقي نفسه هذيك والله بس والله ودي نفسها هذه لو أقدر.
So, what's your plan?
لا ما ارتكبوا.
Well, I figure before we do anything, we need to make sure John's even still at this prison.
And how do we do that?
We need to get up high enough to get a proper look at the place.
What? It's on it.
ايوه الشجن وين مالي يسرح.
Ain't it? Unless you're planning on learning how to fly.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. I found us a hot air balloon.
You ain't serious.
Now, the pilot, or whatever you call him, he thinks we're just in it for a lesson. Bit of a tour. He's quite the character. I think you'll like him.
You know, I'm impressed. You really stepped things up, ain't you?
Hey, we didn't know if you was even coming back. Whole thing hit folks real hard. You can see it. Karen's gone falling fully into the bottle. Strauss is a bag of nerves. Swanson, well, Swanson's actually gone and cleaned up his act. So I guess it ain't all gone to shit. I'm just happy you boys were able to find us. Javier said he got the letter I left at the post office. Hey, will you just act normal for once? She a beauty, ain't she?
From here on the ground, yes.
Mr. Bullard?
جابرات الله. والله اني غبي. مرة والله اني حمار. عيد اتمنى يا رب انه ما يعني مش اول مشوار هذا المشوار الحين. استغفر الله استغفر الله. ايه والله عادي مشوار.
And Hosea?
So that too.
يلا ما عليه
Got
سلسلة.
Lenny's body out as well. Robbed the morgue.
مرة دقيقة دقيقتين يعني 6 دقايق لا 6 دقايق شويتين.
Follow me.
بسرعة خلصي. بخاخ. هاي مرجلة.
So, what's your plan here?
Well, I figure before we do anything, we need to make sure John's even still at this prison.
And how do we do that?
ضيعتني.
Get up high enough to get a proper look at the place.
What? It's on an island, ain't it? Unless you're planning on learning how to fly.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. I found us a hot air balloon.
You ain't serious.
Now, the pilot, or whatever you call him, he thinks we're just in it for a lesson. Bit of a tour. He's quite the character.
لا شوف قلت لكم سلسلة.
You know,
شباب بس دقيقة كم 4 دقايق وصلنا.
I'm impressed. You really stepped things up, ain't you?
Hey,
يعني قاعد تشوف المطار.
he's even coming back. Whole thing
ملك.
hit real gone fallen fully into the bottle. Strauss is a bag of nerves. Swanson's actually gone and cleaned up his act. So I guess it ain't all gone to shit. Oh, she a beauty, ain't she?
From here on the ground, yes.
Mr. Bullard? Mr. Bullard.
Ah, Mrs. Adler! It's good to see you. Good to see you.
This is my friend I told you about, Mr. Morgan.
Ah, yes, Arturo Bullard. At your service, sir. At your service.
Arthur Morgan.
Well, it's a nice, fresh day for flying, sir. A day like today, an Icarus would have made it across
فلا تكون
the
غبي
sea.
ونطيح.
You ever flown before, sir?
No.
Oh, it's quite a thing. Quite a thing. Now, put
Let's
these
fly.
on and hop in.
Well, ain't she coming?
Please.
Well, women can't fly, sir. Are you insane?
They can't.
Oh, no, sir. It does terrible damage to them, to their vapors. I thought everyone knew about that. Why, a delicate flower like Mrs. Adler? Crash twice. Now, pull on that rope and hope for the best. Ah!
You boys have fun.
How did you get out of this?
Okay, here goes nothing. And we aren't high enough yet.
والله أنا هذا المشوار.
I've only crashed twice.
إيه الحمد لله.
Pull on that rope and hope for the best. Ah!
You boys have fun.
How did you get out of this?
Okay, here goes nothing. Right, time to catch a few vapors of our own. It's a little overcast, but I'm expecting some good wind once we're high enough. We should still have some decent views over the river. Now, one hates to be coarse, but on the subject of ablutions, liquids over the side, solids, do your utmost to levy the situation until we land.
Okay, Mr. Bullard.
I had a client once who fell foul to a rotten oyster on the ascent. A decidedly harrowing experience for all involved. Keep going, sir! We need to get up above the clouds. It really is stunning up there. You'll have seen nothing like it. All right, then. Let's break through these clouds.
Oh, my God.
Yes, heavenly indeed. Quite remarkable, isn't it? Feels like we have a nice westerly wind, so keep her around this height. This particular vessel is state-of-the-art, sir. Imported from Europe. Won't find more than a couple of these
Oh, really?
this side of the pond.
So long as it works. Sure, you shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, not at all. A child could operate this with a little supervision. Besides, Mrs.
روح.
Adler told me you were very keen to learn the
Okay.
ropes. We have plenty of those.
She did she?
Okay, we're getting a little high now. Please descend a little. There isn't enough wind at this height. Arthur and Arturo. How perfect is this? My mother was a keen student of the Italianate. My brother's called Baldessario, so you could say I got off light.
Look, I'm trying to concentrate here.
Whoa there. No need to go any higher.
صار الموضوع تأمل، صار الموضوع تأمل.
That's better. Look, we can see for miles now. Did you breakfast in the city this morning, Mr. Morgan?
Not exactly.
Well, I have a boiled egg in my pocket here that you're very welcome to.
بس أتوقع عند الجزيرة هذه الصغيرة، أي هذه الجزيرة.
I think I'm all right, thank you. Recalling the ablutions discussion.
Well,
بس في حد راسلني.
So, if I may ask, what got you interested in the pursuit of aviation?
I didn't. Exactly. Mrs. Adler thought she'd surprise.
A very nice woman. And no shrinking violet.
Definitely not.
I prefer slightly more feminine attire on a lady, but variety is the very spice of life, as they say. Or did you know they locked up the man who wrote that in a mental asylum?
I did not, Mr. Bullard.
Maybe ease off the throttle there, sir.
أي دراسة وصلنا يعني الجزيرة الصغيرة.
See that building up ahead on the island? That's the infamous Sisika Penitentiary. We need to be lower. There's not enough wind at this altitude. We shouldn't fly too near to it, though, sir.
Sorry, we're going in for a closer look.
What do you mean? Mr. Morgan, please, this is most irregular.
Well, you want a happy customer, don't you?
Look, this isn't funny now. What on earth are you doing? The guards are bound to spot us.
Calm down. They won't care if we stay high enough. I'm just looking for a friend of mine.
A friend?
Poor bastard has a habit of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I heard they got him working the fields in a chain gang.
Dear God.
فجأة ما قاعد يسوي شيء ها.
The wind. Well, this is most unusual.
Relax, Mr. Bullard. Here, take over. Keep us well away.
I'll do my best. This filly isn't the easiest to control, you know.
That ain't John. All right, let's try one of the other fields.
You look a little suspicious.
وات شو اللي يبي ينقل عليه؟ أوكي مكانين.
Just wouldn't you say?
Nope, not there.
This was not the tour I had in mind.
زين بنطر شنو يبي الحين أجيك هني أجيك.
Looks like him. It's hard to tell, though.
You want a car?
Yep, that's him.
Ah! My God!
What are you doing?
They're shooting at us!
I can see that.
Ascend! Ascend! Didn't I tell you this would happen? This is absolutely insane. Oh, the wind speed is picking up. We should stay at this altitude. It's heading northwesterly, so that should take us back to land. Dear God, I'm shaking like a leaf.
All right, we're in the clear now.